Chodesh Tov, Chanukah Sameach, and for those that are celebrating the new year, Shana Tova. I just mentioned this morning that it's important to wish the non-Jews Shana Tova. First, because we're going to be nice people and polite, but also because Darkei Shalom, for the sake of peace, it's important that we wish other people Shalom. And the topic of today, originally the topic was supposed to be Shalom. It's still about peace, but we want to make it a bit more juicy, more interesting. So we decided to use this title of Two Shuls, One Jew. But now I have a different interpretation after what David Weintraub said, that I'm giving two classes at the same time. So it's two shuls, one Jew. Okay. So the main topic today is two shuls, one Jew, and it talks about peace. And why is it two shuls? So the Shulchan Aruch says, by the way, before we start, of course you know the joke about the two shuls and one Jew. It's when a person is in an island, in a place, there's only one Jew, he needs to have two shuls. A Jew where he goes to pray, and the other one where he doesn't know, where he doesn't go to pray. Okay? So that's the famous joke. The Shulchan Aruch says that when a group of people are building a shul, and there's few people that want to leave this shul, for certain reasons, we'll get to the reasons. Are they allowed to do it or not? Are they allowed to leave the shul and open a new shul? Or they're not allowed to open a new shul? So the very beginning, in the Mishnah Berurah, it says that המעכב לבנות בית כנסת, אפילו יש בית כנסת אחר בעיר, מונעהו רבים מלעשות מצווה. In other words, one is not allowed to prevent others from building a new shul. To have more shuls, many shuls in the community, it's very healthy, very important. That's how he starts the Mishnah Berurah. But then he says that if the shul is big enough, and those people are leaving for not good reasons, then they're not allowed to do it. Why? Because it causes machloket. It can cause machloket between people. I'm just going to read the words. because זה בזמן שכולם לב אחד, ושקילוסן עולה יפה, אבל אם חלק ליבם יותר טוב שיתפללו כל כת בפני עצמה, וכולי. So he says, but this applies only when the people are friendly and they understand each other and they're working together. But if there's a lot of arguments and they consistently argue, then sometimes it would be better if they open their own shul. That's what he says. And the Ritbaz says that not even that, not even we don't have to get too far with this concept of opening a shul when there is an argument. But even if there's no argument, but just he says, I have more kavanah, I can concentrate in a different place, I can concentrate better in a different place. That's also a good reason the Ritbaz says. The Ritbaz was 500 years ago. His name is Rabbi David ben Zimra. He was the beginning of the period of the Achronim. It was the end of the period of the Rishonim. And that's what he says. Okay, so that's one reason why one is allowed to open a new shul, and let this person go, and this group go and have their own way of praying. There's another reason why we can open a new shul, another shul in the community. The Rav Moshe Feinstein says that, let's say there is a big community, many people, and it's far away. People, it's so big that people are living in different places in the city, in the neighborhood, and it could take them like half an hour to walk every Shabbat, sometimes an hour, 2 hours, right? So we want to help those people that are living far away at the end of the city. So it's okay, let them open their own shul over there, so they don't have to bother themselves. They don't have to walk every Shabbat like an hour, 2 hours to the shul. And that's another reason. The second situation, in fact, that Rav Moshe Feinstein says. So again, the first situation is when there is a deep argument, a lot of arguments between people, and they don't go along. When I say arguments, it means that they come to shul, they argue. Yeah, some people come to shul to pray. Some people come to shul to argue, right? So you cannot. Baruch Hashem, Nitzachim. Of course, we don't have it. Thank God, Baruch Hashem. But I'm saying that some place there, out there, sometimes there's situations where people come, argue, and leave, come, argue, and leave. So that's not a healthy environment. Nobody wants to live that way. Nobody wants to pray that way. The shul is a place to pray, to serve Hashem, to pray to Hashem, to connect yourself to spirituality. And when you come and argue, what's the point? What's the point of coming to the shul when you argue? So that's the first reason why one is allowed to leave the shul. The second reason, and when we come to shul to argue, it's during the tefillah. Every shul they have arguments, and the board meeting, of course, the board is made to have arguments, right? Otherwise, we don't need the board. The board has different opinions. Okay, so a healthy board is when they disagree with each other. That's a good thing. We're not talking about the board, we talk about the shul, not praying, arguing. That's what I'm saying. Baruch Hashem, we don't have it here. But I'm saying, if people are really strong, have very strong opinions, that they are very opinionated and they argue, that's not good. And then the first case that Hipa says, in that case, try to find a different place and don't get into arguments. The second case, HaRav Eliyahu Tal says, based on the Shulchan Aruch, that if the city is very, very big, again, too big, and it takes him an hour, 2 hours to walk all the way to the shul, to the old shul. So that's why they want to open a new shul far away from that place, and that's acceptable, and that's not a problem according to Halacha. Okay. Now, so far, so good. But let's see what happens if somebody wants to open a shul right next to your own shul. Now it becomes a competition, right? If HaRav Eliyahu says, if somebody is living far away and he's opening a shul half an hour distance from where you live, from your own shul, that's okay, that's acceptable. Why? We understand that there's some people that it's comfortable for them, it's convenient for them to go and to pray 5 minutes distance from their house, from their home. That's acceptable. But what happens if somebody is opening a shul right next to you, in your neighborhood? So this is a question that was addressed in HaRav Eliyahu Tal's book, Egot Moshe, and I would like to read a bit of it. Some of the, I would like to quote a few of his tshuvot, and then we'll try to elaborate on it. Okay. So the question in Egot Moshe is about a Rebbe, a big rabbi, has a very nice shul, and there is some people in that group that feel that they want to open a new shul for 2 reasons. HaRav Eliyahu Tal, the story is 2 reasons. By the way, it's written in Choshe Mishpat. Choshe Mishpat is more about financial dispute. Okay, less about peace and harmony. It's a more financial dispute. That's why it's written in Choshe Mishpat in Egot Moshe. So that's the 2 cases. So the people over there have 2 problems with the rabbi. The first problem is that he's too strict. And also when he gives his speeches, he's very, very tough. And people don't feel comfortable with it, if you know what I'm talking about, right? Sometimes it's too direct, too tough, and people are okay. So that's the first problem they have. The second problem they have was the tunes. They don't like the tunes. Sounds familiar, right? They don't like the tunes, and Sephardi, Ashkenazi, but this question is about Ashkenazim themselves. This one wants Karlibach, the other group wants, what's the other side of Karlibach? I have no idea. Somebody knows? Nusach Sfarad, Nusach Ashkenaz, Karlibach, Kosovitsky, Rosenblatt, everyone wants his own style, his own tune. And that's why they want to open a new shul. But the question is, are they allowed to open, if they want to open a shul far away from where they live, okay, that's not a problem. But the question is, if they are allowed to open the shul right next to the old shul, is that mutar or asur? Halachically speaking. Okay? So HaRav Eliyahu Tal says that it is a problem for a few reasons. One is not allowed to open a shul, even if it's a small shul next to the main shul, and even HaRav Eliyahu Tal says even if it's just for a short period of time. Let's say a group of people want to open a shul for the holidays, right? Makes sense, right? They want to open the shul for the holidays, and Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, right next to you live. So is it permissible or forbidden? So the first reason Rama Shafashi says it's asur, it's forbidden, he says because it's called Yored Lumanuto Shel Chavero. What does it mean Yored Lumanuto Shel Chavero? Imagine, you have, you know what, we don't need to imagine, we have it in our neighborhood. You have a pizza store, and somebody's opening a pizza store right in front of you. Okay? We don't have it in our community, right? Other places. Pizza, and right in front of another pizza. Sushi store, and the second one wants to open a sushi store right in front of him, right? Somebody is selling tefillin with mezuzot. Oh, the other one says, you know what? I will open right next to him. By the way, there was a story where the Chafetz Chaim, that Chafetz Chaim was learning, but he was also working. He had the store, Makolet. Supposed to sell groceries and so on. And somebody opened a store, exactly the same store opposite him. So the Chafetz Chaim, Rabbi Yisrael Miradi, a great rabbi, he said he's not concerned. Why is he not concerned? Because he says, this is a great rabbi, he's not going to do anything. He's not going to sue me. What's concerning? What's going to happen? He's going to come, look at me, not wish me Boker Tov, good morning. Okay, not a big deal. Little did he know, the day after, Chafetz Chaim went into his store, and he told him, look, I have my store for many, many years. I'm here to help you and to give you advice how to increase your income, how to bring more customers to your store. This is Chafetz Chaim. Think about it. What a great rabbi. Okay, he didn't care. And so they ask him, one second about, isn't it a competition? So what do you mean competition? Parnasah is from Hashem. Parnasah is from Hashem. Everything is from Hashem. The money comes from Hashem. So why do I need to care? If you need help, I'm going to help you. I'm more than happy to help you. In fact, I want to help you so I can have more time to learn. Okay? That's the Chafetz Chaim. But not everyone is the Chafetz Chaim. So we have to go back to the Shulchan Aruch. So Shulchan Aruch says that again, Ramosh Shafaj quotes the Shulchan Aruch that says Yored Lumanuto Shel Chavero. It means that when you open the same, if you open the same store, the same job, the same idea, the same thing, like you're opening the same store, like pizza, tefillin, you say tefillin, shul next to another shul, that's a problem. That's a problem. Why is it a problem? Because you're taking away people from the old shul. You're not allowed to take people from the old shul. Why are you not allowed to take people from the old shul? Because the shul, Ramosh Shafashi says, is based on the income. From where? From the people that come, especially when? On the high holidays, right? So shul can function, they pay for the rabbi, they pay for the electricity, the water, the food, they pay for so many things. They need to take care of the shul. So if you take people from the shul to the new shul, even if it's just for the high holidays, then that's called Yored Lumanuto Shel Chavero. You're going, so to speak, down. It literally means you're going down and you are taking from his income. In other words, you're taking from his budget. Up to that point, he had many people that will donate for the high holidays, for Torah, and so on. Now that people go to different places, they're not going to give any money. So that's why you're not allowed to open this shul right next to the old shul. That's the first reason. The second reason Ramosh Shafashi says is Isur Chashad. What is Isur Chashad? He bases it on Shulchan Aruch in Siman Kuf Nam Gimel. Over there it says that if a person has a shul and people want to leave and they open their own shul in different place, that could be a problem. Why? From a different reason, not because of the money. Forget about the money. Let's say there's no problems of money. They're all rich, right? There's the other problem. The problem is chashad. People will start thinking, one second, why did they leave this shul? There's a lot of problems with the shul. Okay? There's a lot of problems because, and people like the gossip to talk about it, and other shuls. What's going on in that shul? Is everything okay? We heard so many things about the first shul. What's going on? Chashad. So people are thinking, and the words of the Shulchan Aruch, Bnei Adam she'enam muganim. Maybe the people that are living in the first shul are not so great, not good people. So you, so to speak, without doing anything, but just based on your actions, you are showing, you displaying, you are demonstrating that the first shul is not a good shul. You're not allowed to do it. That's motzi laz, that's chashad. So people will start thinking that the first shul is not a good place. That's the second reason Ramosh Shafashi says why it's a problem to open a new shul. Now, Ramosh Shafashi himself in the book, he mentions that there is problems in the first shul. And as those people claim, as they say, we have different tunes. We have a different style of praying. We have a different this, different that. Rav Fashin still said it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not a good reason to open a new shul. It's not a good reason. Okay? I don't know what's a good reason for Rav Fashin, because I saw in the other book, a different book called Masorot Moshe, that the rabbi was using a mic on Shabbat. On Shabbat, so the people came to Rav Fashin and said, "Hey, we can't pray in this shul. They're using the mic on Shabbat. It's terrible. How can you use a mic on Shabbat?" So he told him, "What's the problem using a mic on Shabbat?" So he said this and that. So, but this rabbi says that he followed his rabbi that says you're allowed to use a mic on Shabbat. You're not so great people that you have to leave the shul because you're using a mic. You can stay there, and there's no problem going to the shul and praying there and staying and joining and listening to his classes. So it's very interesting what Rav Moshe says is what's the limit of a place where you have to. Where's the good reason? So again, he mentions the Ritbaz that said the good reason when they constantly fight during tefillah. Okay, not the board meetings and not during tefillah. That will be a good reason why to leave and open a place. And if there's no place out there available, so even they can even open a place next to the old shul, because there was machloket. But otherwise, there's no good reason. He says that there's not you have to have very, very good reason to leave the old shul in order to open a new shul. So we also mentioned here that the tunes and the nusach, all those things are not a good reason to leave the shul. Now, at the end of his tshuva, he has something else here, and he says that if a person goes into the old shul and trying to convince other people to leave, that's also a problem of lifnei iver lo titen mechshol. What is lifnei iver lo titen mechshol? Putting a stumbling stone in front of the blind, because you are causing him to violate the halacha. The halacha is that he's not allowed to leave for not a good reason, out of concern of chashad and taking money or ruining the parnasah, the income of the shul, by opening a new place. So it's a problem. Rav Fashin says, not only doing it, of course, just doing it, but goes out saying that convincing other people to leave, that will be also a different problem of lifnei iver lo titen mechshol, placing a stumbling stone in front of the blind. And that's his conclusion. So far, that's Rav Fashin. Do you have any questions before we continue? Because there's another part I want to add to it. Yeah.
Just using the food example, this always got me. So let's just use sushi. There's tons of sushi places open now. Let's say there's only one group making sushi, but their sushi isn't that good. So in like a competitive market, so somebody opens up sushi that actually tastes better.
Right.
They can charge less. They can use better. So in that model, it actually makes sense to let a second vendor open up.
Right.
So I mean, this is getting to your food thing, which I never completely understood.
Yeah, so food, so right. So there is a comparison between food, as mentioned before, food and shul. But food is different. As we all know, Giddy's just opened his pizza over here, and there was a case in the Bedin, and they basically what they said is that it causes a healthy competition. Healthy competition, it's okay. Okay, the world is based on healthy competition. If we don't have that, then but of course, based on regulations and rules, you have to know how far you can go with the competition, not to exaggerate, not to go too far with it. Right? There is rules and there's laws about how to really maintain and keep this healthy competition going, continuing healthy and not really ruining each other. But that's really under food. But with the shuls, it's different. Because you're not really ruining anything here. It's not about the quality. They all agree that the rabbi is good. Just he has a different approach. Okay, there's 70 ways of learning Torah. It's not a big deal unless they hate each other. But coming to the peace idea, the Ritbaz basically what he says is sometimes dividing people to two groups. That's peace. That's called peace. We don't know, since we were planning to talk about peace. So we have to. What's the definition of peace? Peace is when people go along, and if they disagree, okay, so create two groups. The Ritbaz says that's not a problem. That's okay, that's acceptable. Okay? Sometimes it's even better when everyone is coming together in one place and we can work together and can pray and together and learn everything together. That's perfect. That's wonderful. But if you cannot do it, if you cannot work that way, you cannot really work together. So it's better to separate. In Hebrew, we say afred shul, like to separate into two groups, and that's how you maintain peace. Each one has his own corner, each one has his own niche, and his own way of serving Hashem, praying to Hashem. More questions? Yeah.
We have here in Highland Park several shuls that have broken off from others. And when we moved here, there was 4 shuls that I know of. And now there is definitely 8 official, and I don't know how many we get in people's houses and tents and who knows what.
Right.
And many of them have broken off from the main shuls.
It's a breakaway, you mean? Breakaway from other shuls.
Yes. So how is that not considered Hasakan?
So again, if they're breaking away because there is a lot of disagreements, and I guess that was the case, or they have a different hashkafa, right? There's people that are modern Orthodox, there's groups that are black and white, black hats, Aguda for instance. There's other people that they are Sephardim. Sephardim is different, so it's different nusach. That's not a problem, and especially if they're opening in far away, so they don't really violate Rav Moshe Feinstein is a tshuva here. They don't really contradict what he says.
Some of them are right around the corner from others.
Okay, so I guess they asked a rabbi, and that rabbi heard both sides, and he decided that it's okay. Otherwise, it could be a problem, a halachic problem based on what Rav Moshe Feinstein says. Yeah, that could be a problem. Yeah.
Is the definition of across the street or next door, is that literal or figurative? So is, directly, like one building and then right next door, or is it within a mile, within half a mile? Is it the time to walk? Maybe one is uphill and people who live don't wanna, on that side, that's up a hill, even if it's only a block away, but the hill is very steep and people feel
Yeah.
it's a sakana to go down and up the hill, so they wanna put a shul on the top of the hill, even if it's only a block away.
Good question. So yeah, so
Is it figurative or literal?
right. So it's not. It's a figure. So it's true. It doesn't really matter how far it is, but how difficult it is. Right. So let's say the shul is on a hill, and the other shul is on the other hill, and even if it takes 10 minutes to walk from one shul to the other shul, but not many people can walk this distance because it's up the hill, go up and down. It's not easy on Shabbat. So Rav Moshe Feinstein said that's okay. Let's say somebody opens a shul, and there's a shul that you have to climb up the stairs, 2, 3, 4, 5, floors. It's not easy. And for some people that they have a hard time walking up all the stairs. So for them, of course, you're allowed to open this shul down there and let them pray there, because it's a matter of not a matter of taking something. It's just a problem that you have to deal with because the distance, or because the difficulty that people go one place to the other place. So that's one of the exceptions that Moshe Feinstein says that I mentioned before.
What I like the whole concept of Hashtama, because it's the same shul, but then you've got a whole group of people that are breaking off now and are not part of the main shul.
Good question. So very good question. So we didn't. So we spoke about Berov Amadat Melech. The more people you have, the more we glorify, the more we praise Hashem. Okay. So if you having two, you're splitting a minyan into two, and you know that the people from the second minyan will come to first minyan, and the first minyan will have some problems even getting a minyan, or even if they don't have a problem with getting a minyan, but it will shrink. Then this is something that you have to ask the Chacham, of course, based on the needs of the community. Each rabbi knows the problems of the community. He needs to deal with it. And because on the face of it, it could be a problem, because then you decreasing the significance of Berov Amadat Melech. That the more people you have, the more praising, the more important it is. Yeah. Chavod.
So we said that when it comes to hashkafa, like for example, you have a modern Orthodox black hat or Ashkenazi Sephardi, then that's considered a good reason, to have a different shul. But of course, there's like a lot of different, things about hashkafa, like a lot more. Like what what's considered enough of a different hashkafa to say, oh yeah,
Right.
this is okay.
So I want to make it's a good question. I want to add a very important point to your question, is that when you're opening two groups, it's only when you bring the people not from the old shul. That's what the Moshe Fashi says. If you're bringing the people from the old shul, I don't want to emphasize that, it's ashkafa, it's not a good reason. Again, don't forget that. Moshe Fashi says, even with the mic, the example was the mic, even with ashkafa, it's not a good reason. If you're bringing people from outside there, anyway, they never will come to this shul, and so you're allowed to open a shul right next to him. What's the problem? No problem. What's open another shul? They have a different ashkafa. There's a different group.
So you're saying basically, like for example, if there were a modern Orthodox shul, but it was the only shul in town, only one modern Orthodox shul, but there were people who moved in and they were Haredi, but they said, okay, I don't have any other shul, I'll go to the modern Orthodox shul. You're saying that once they start going to that shul, they have to be in that shul. They can't break away just because, like, meaning that they say, okay, this is the only shul that's in town. I'm Haredi, but it's modern Orthodox. I'll live with it. Right? They go to the modern Orthodox shul.
Right.
And you're saying that that's it. They have to stay there basically.
So they have to stay there if the second shul will open the shul right next to the old shul, right next to the next shul. If they want to open again, they can open not next to the shul because the problem of, meaning you cannot violate the ashkafa, you cannot violate the halacha by ashkafa. That's ashkafa is the second level. The first basic level is halacha. You cannot violate the halacha because of ashkafa. That's what the Moshe Fashi says. So if the halacha is that you're not allowed to open a shul next to the other shul because you're taking the budget, you're ruining the old shul by taking members, taking people, and then the rabbi will have to fire the rabbi. So this shul, the old shul, will not have a rabbi. So if you're not going to have a rabbi, it's a slippery slope. They're not a rabbi, so they will collapse. Okay, so this person that's leaving needs to think about it. Okay, ashkafa is very important. He has a different point of view. He wants to pray in a certain way. He wants a rabbi, kind of his rabbi. We get it, but you cannot ruin him and others. Cannot ruin this halacha. They cannot ruin the shul halacha only because ashkafa. Ashkafa is important, but ashkafa has its own limits. Okay.
So, because the reason I ask is because when I was in San Francisco, there was like a young Israel. Someone opened, like there was a main shul, and then somebody opened a young Israel for more Haredi.
Yeah.
And it was pretty nearby. It was like right there. I mean,
And a different ashkafa.
Yeah,
And they took people from the old shul.
I think so.
So it's so you're not allowed to pray there, and if you pray there, it's even kind of mitzvah ba'avera. You're doing a mitzvah by doing a sin. So you're not allowed to pray there based on what the Moshe Fashi says. If that's the case, again,
If that's the case, I don't know.
every shul has its own. I'm just on the face of it, right? Yeah. Chavod, yeah.
You sometimes have a growing community, like, for example, you look at Teaneck, and there's like 2 or 3 Chinese restaurants, and there's like 4 pizza places, because it's just so big. So let's say the community is growing, and, people want to open another synagogue, and people want to open up a grocery store, but there's enough business for everybody. Is that still an issue?
No, if it's not business to everyone and it's not affecting him, of course not. That's not a problem. Yeah, everyone has his own. Baruch Hashem, there's a place for everyone, so that's not a problem. Yeah, based on
That's what's happening in Highland Park right now.
well, what's happening in Highland Park, the community is growing.
Growing, and that's why before when we moved here, and I'm talking about 30 years ago, and 35 years ago really.
Yeah.
And now there's 8. And then that, as I said, that doesn't count tents and houses and.
Right.
and
So it's a blessing that it's
everybody
growing.
getting at least one minyan. The big shuls all have multiple minyans in the same daily.
That's wonderful. If it's
So-
growing, it's good. Yeah, yeah. But I just to add to what you're saying, I think since Etz Chaim, we are all here in Etz Chaim. So let's for 1 second talk about Etz Chaim. Baruch Hashem, without the Ashkenazim here, we wouldn't really survive. I'll put it that way, right? Baruch Hashem, the half of the minyanim that we have here, half of the people that will come here on Shabbat, Ashkenazim, even the rabbis half Ashkenazi. So it's a blessing. It's a blessing. But if the problem is, and I think when you read the Shuvah again and again, is when you take a person that is more his nusach Sephardi, and you take him, or you even not take him, but you cause him to leave to go to a different Sephardi shul when it's close to the shul, that can really be a problem. That can really be a halachic problem. And quote what he says, because the shul is mainly for, not mainly, it's for everyone. But if a Sephardi will move, he will want to move to a Sephardi shul. So he comes here and he prays in a Sephardi shul. Without Ashkenazim here, Baruch Hashem, we cannot have a minyanim. So Baruch Hashem, we're getting help from everyone. But to take a Sephardi that is coming here because of Sephardi and to open a different Sephardi shul next to you, that could be even a serious problem of yored lu'manato shel chavro, or taking a parnasa, taking a livelihood from the old shul. Yeah.
When we moved here almost 45 years ago, there was only one Ashkenazi shul in town, and it was it was getting overgrown. And there were so many other breakaway minyanim, but it was permitted because, especially on a Friday night, where the population was, at the shul, it was harder to walk. And our thought was that when we moved in, it was still manageable at the one shul. But if we had waited 2 or 3 years, came to visit the community, we would see such overcrowding that we'd say, we don't want to live here. It's just too crowded.
Right.
So the fact that there are multiple places, and it makes it more
Diversity more.
there's larger place, like you couldn't get a house in certain areas because it was way too far to go to the one shul.
Right.
Now that there are more, it makes the options more available, it helps grow the community, and the more people in the community makes it more vibrant. So even when there are 4,000 sushi places, like
Yeah.
it's still, obviously somebody feels that there is
Right.
a market for it, but it enhances it. If the community puts constraint on its growth by saying we're only going to have, this one shul, and we're not going to open another, then, people don't want to.
So no, I'm saying opening more shuls, that's a blessing.
Yes.
Again, I will just clarify what having many shuls, multiple shuls in the community, it's a blessing. We want more and more shuls because that's a good sign that shows that there are more and more people are moving in.
Right.
I'm talking about a very specific case where there is a shul that, so to speak, sometimes they're struggling, and somebody is opening a shul right next to him, if it's permissible or not, and it's affecting the first shul. We don't want to, just as you want to grow and to get bigger and to increase, at the same time we don't want to cause damage, right? And that's Ramosha Fashin Tshuva. When you do such a thing of opening a new shul and you're taking members or even actively coming and persuading people to move, to leave, as Moshe Fashin describes here, then that could be a halachic problem. People are not allowed to do it, and those are afraid that they have a serious problem of mitzvah ba'avira. It's a mitzvah. You're doing a mitzvah praying, but at the end of the day, it's a sin because you're affecting other people. That's he's very, very focused on this. Again, there's many situations where you're allowed, like if far away, or it's not affecting the old shul, it's not taking any parnasa, livelihood from the shul. That's wonderful. That's okay. That's a healthy growth, and we want it. We encourage and we want this to happen. Yeah. Yeah.
If the shul unfortunately closes because they don't have population or anything,
Yeah.
what's the halacha? Is it only allowed to be? Because I also it's only allowed to be like sold to like another church, like another type of house of worship or something. But like Pole said, which unfortunately had a fire, they turned into residents.
Mhm.
Like, is there halacha when it comes to, unfortunately, because there's so many shuls that have, like in Brooklyn and stuff that have closed because the neighborhoods changed.
Right.
People moved away.
Right.
Or churches now.
So that's a good question, but it's a completely different question. It's a different topic. The Shulchan Aruch actually talks about it. What happens if they close a shul that's in the same siman, and he says that what's it here? So here it's in. I just quote it. You question, and I will explain it. Im b'shat binyan bet knesset. If when they built the shul, itnu alav, they had a stipulation. They make it tonight. Lishtamesh bo, mutar lishtamesh bo bechurbanon. If it got ruined, like Paul Tzedek, could burn, then you're allowed to use it if they made it tonight. I don't know. You have to ask the people if they made it tonight when they build it. If they have this tonight, that okay, if something will happen, and we'll have to sell it, then we can sell it to a residence or we can sell it to other purposes that are not necessarily holy. אבל ביישובו לא מען לתנאי. But if it's still a building, then this stipulation is not going to make any change. You cannot make any stipulation. If it still exists, you cannot sell it. You cannot do other things with it. Okay.
So they're only allowed to sell it to like a church?
So we believe that the church is not the same kedusha of a shul. In fact, it's a different type of religion. So that will be a shul, and they will.
All these old shuls like in Brooklyn, the city that are closed, they're all like churches.
All the old shuls, the church. I guess they asked a rabbi, and he learned this topic, and he found a way to do it. There's certain ways to do it. Yeah, but on the face of it, the Shulchan Aruch says you cannot do it. Only if it.
At least that you're saying that it's like Poet said if the building was destroyed.
Yeah, and it got destroyed. Then you.
can, if
Right.
they do, but
Right. That's what the Shulchan Aruch
building
says.
exists, so is the halacha that you can only sell it to another religion?
So you cannot sell it to other religion. No, you have to do something else with it, but you cannot.
All shuls that are
So what they do, maybe the church could be a problem, but if they sell it to somebody else, they use the money for a good purpose for kedusha. That's okay.
Yeah,
If
but
it-
all these, Brooklyn, for example, all these where it used to be Jewish areas, like, Prospect Park and stuff
Well,
like that.
you're not allowed to sell, what a lot of times they do is they sell to someone else who then sells it to the church.
Is that what's done?
No, there is a way to sell it to a church. I'm not saying it's a way to do it.
Oh, so the way.
There is a regulation. There's a way to do it. It's a Shulchan Aruch, but the simple understanding of Shulchan Aruch is not to do it. I mean, you can do it by removing things,
Wait,
doing
so
certain
is
things.
it- If you're not supposed to do that, so are you supposed to sell it for it to become something else?
So yeah, you can sell it to something else and take the money and use it for the money becomes kind of holy, and you have to use the money for good thing like kadosh, a holy thing, like buying Sefer Torah, buying a different shul in a different area. That could basically be a possibility. Yeah.
I used to work at the Jewish Historical Society, and in the archives I found once, which I showed Rabbi Seuss, a picture of a synagogue that became a mosque. And he said, better the mosque than a church.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, the
That.
church would be worse.
Yeah. The halacha is that if a Arab is saying a bracha over the food, you're allowed to answer amen. But if a Christian is saying a bracha over food, it could be a problem because we both, the Arabs and Jews, both believe in Hashem. So that's why Rabbi Seuss said it's better to sell it to a mosque and not to a church. But both of them, of course, is not good. we want to sell it to holy Jews. Okay, so if we want to summarize what we learned up to now is, and please, if you have any more questions, you're more than welcome to ask. The conclusion of what we learned today: 2 shuls, 1 Jew. We always want to be in the same place. We always want to pray in one shul, unity and helping each other and helping the place to grow. And in fact, it's very, very important because it says Berov Am Adrat Melech. It means the more people we get, the more it's important, the more it's praising Hashem and sanctifying Hashem and making the place kadosh. And but if it's necessary, because there's always arguments between the members during tefillah, during halacha. I mean, you cannot really function. The shul is in a point where they cannot function because there's too many arguments. Then they are allowed to open a shul that are to separate themselves. In fact, we encourage them, Ridba says, to open a different place and to pray over there and not cause machloket. That's what the Ridba says. But that's really, really rare because if really people have, Baruch Hashem, people want to, those that come to shul, of course, they have good intentions and they want to grow and they don't want to have machloket. So it's really a worst case scenario where you have to separate themselves from others. And now even the second thing that we learned today is that even if they're separating themselves and go to different places, they're not allowed to open this place next to the shul. And when we say next to the shul, meaning is that it's too close and people feel that there's no difference if they walk here, 5 minutes here or 5 minutes there, they don't feel the difference. But if they're opening it far away in a different place where more people can come, okay, wonderful, that's good. And but if you're putting it close to the shul, that's a problem because you're affecting the shul, the budget of the shul, and that's how one of the reasons how shuls are really collapsing because there's another group that wants to the breakaway, and there's a breakaway there. So he opened another shul, right next to him. So this is the main shul that has no money to pay for the shul and the rabbi. So that's really gezel. That's included in fashion is yoredu manato shel chavaro. It's taking the money from the shul. Taking money from the old shul and using it for your own thing. That of course you're not allowed to do. The second problem Rav Shafashi says is chashat. People will think that there is a lot of problems in the first shul, and that's why everyone is leaving. So you're giving a bad name by leaving, even without saying anything. You're giving a bad name to a shul that is close to the first shul. If it's far away, everyone will understand. It's far away, so nobody will say anything. But if it's too close, then people can talk bad things about the old shul, and that's also another problem, and that's also another cause to of what we know as the shuls, that they're collapsing and they don't have enough members. That's another reason. But at the end, we have to pursue peace and also the truth, and we always try to combine between those two things. Thank you very much for listening, and that we should always have peace and love and harmony between us.
Amen.
V'Hananiah ben Akashya Omer.
I just want to say thank you to Daughters Mason Chaim for sponsoring.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We're gonna